Hello my dear darlings, in this video I want to share with you my experience with my 62 hours fasting. As you know, many of you may know who usually watch my videos that I'm on keto diet since 2013, and usually when you are on keto diet there is time come where being on intermittent fasting happening automatically, happening by itself, because when body is changing fuel, instead of asking you every time give me glucose and being dependent on glucose, and body starting to utilize the ketones, it means it can utilize the fats you store in your body, your visceral or subcutaneous fats. In that moment you start to experience that you are not hungry naturally for a long time, and then intermittent fasting comes so naturally. And we all know that in this diet we are not supposed to eat when we are not hungry. I always tell to all my darlings, please don't eat if you are not hungry. If time came for lunch and you can see all your friends and colleagues eating, your family eating, but if in that time you are not feeling hungry, this means that your body is managing happily with those fats which is already accumulated in your body, and that is also a form of energy, and your body become a fat burner and your body happily utilizing that. So you do not need to give food to your body when your body really not hungry. Now, even if you feel hungry, you must recognize which kind of hunger is that. If you just see a picture of food, or you smell something, you just now was not hungry 5 minutes back, and then you see a picture of publicity, or you pass near the shop and you smell some nice smell of food, and then that you decided to be hungry, that is the artificially created hunger. That also you must recognize, and you must allow your body enjoy the internal stores of fat. So you will see that you don't need to eat as much as you was eating before when you're on a keto diet or low carb healthy fat diet. So for a long period of time I was doing 18 on 6 fast. So I was having my last dinner at 6 p.m. Then the next meal will be tomorrow, next day at midday. I was continue to doing that for a quite period of time, for a few years maybe. And then you realize that when your body get used to something which you do quite often, your body finding that that is so easy and that is your lifestyle now. So if you really want to see more results, in sense like for your weight loss or for improvement your amount of percentage of fats or percentage of muscle on your body, you want to achieve some rejuvenation results, you need to bring body to the situation where body will want to do some extra effort when will be something which will shake up body again. So then I started to implement 20 on 4 intermittent fasting, like eating only 4 hours. In 24 hours I would eat only 4 hours, and 20 hours it would be fasting. It could be during 20 hours could be herbal teas or just water. And if you feeling weak, if I feel weak, I would just take a pinch of salt, and that already will give me will solve my problems. So then I started 24 hours fast, like having one meal a day. Not every day. We need to see according to our health situation on the present moment. I would practice that. Then I even participated in 36 hours fast with drinking water during the fast, and also I try to be on a dry fast. I enjoy all that. And then I was always fascinated to know how people managing to do 72 hours fast. I know that my friend Tanya, and you saw her in previous videos, she was telling that she used to do that once a year, and she is enjoying that. But I never had this kind of opportunity before, and maybe I was planning to, but then sometimes you're feeling that no, your body cannot hold anymore. Then you go back to again eating your keto diet and stop fasting. So I did 48 hours intermittent fasting, And like then 48 hours is not exciting me anymore. I know I can do it. So like then I was thinking, no, I want to challenge myself to do 72 hours fast. And when we want to like have more information or we have doubts, we have to educate ourselves. And luckily now YouTube is full of information, and yeah, it is full of kind of different kind of information, but you need to be precise and find really professional information on this topic. And luckily now we have lots of doctors who share their experience, who did not stick to the old traditional way of treating health issues, who turned to a natural ways of solving a lot of health conditions. And one of those ways they are solving the health issues with intermittent fasting, with keto diet, with low carb healthy fats diet. So I listened a lot of podcasts, videos, programs on intermittent fasting, and mainly it was doctors or people who was really experienced in that matter, who was sharing their experience. And you can see when they are sharing their experience, it's genuine, because they don't need anything, like they are just showing what achievement that they made in that field. It is good to practice such kind of activities, because we may never say, oh, I know everything now, I know all about keto diet and about intermittent fasting or low carb healthy fat diet. There is always going to be room for improvement. So I really found something which I never heard about it before. And I decide, wow, that is the where secret is hiding. And I decided, let me start to implement it on myself. And among all my research which I did on this topic, I was very fascinated to find out, to know that ladies, when they do intermittent fasting, they have to look for special days. They have to acknowledge which those more suitable, more preferable days for intermittent fasting, taking into consideration monthly cycle. As you know, I experiment everything on myself before uh, advising it or before sharing it to my darlings. So I discovered that actually, which I was never thought could be, in the cycle of our cycle of 26 days or 28 days, depending for different individual differently, there is a days in which intermittent fasting can be very smooth and easy. Let's say our cycle started day 1. Day 1, it is the day where your period start for the very fast day. So we are counting it as a day 1. So to my surprise, from day 1 till day 10, that is days where you can engage yourself in a bit prolonged fast. That is for our understanding. That was always contrary, that we felt, oh, I will be feeling weak, I will be feeling not so well because it is just first few days of my cycle. But actually we have full 10 days. So if cycle started and you having it for day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, let's say on day 4 it's finished, or day 3 it's finished, or day 5, day 6, let's say maximum day 6 it's finished, or maybe day 7, still you have that 3 days to engage yourself in prolonged intermittent fasting. During the fast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, you can still continue your 16 on 8 or 18 or 6 on 6 hours intermittent fasting. That will be still beneficial. But if you really want to have it for more than 24 hours fast, it is the days in the first 10 days from beginning of our cycle. Let's see what happened next. Okay, so till 10 days, let's say from 7 till 10 days, you can keep your 48 hours fast. Okay, if you did not manage to do it in that period, that was beneficial period, first 10 days of our cycle is surprisingly beneficial time for us to do prolonged fasting. If any type of condition, we could not perform our prolonged fasting in that period of time, in the fast 10 days. Let's see what is happening further. Now comes 11 day, 12, 13, 14, 15. In these 5 days, not recommended to do your prolonged fasting, because that is the time when your body is starting to generate new hormones for the next cycle, and that will be the time when your body requiring production of hormones, and to produce that hormones your body will need nutrients. And when your body is needing nutrients and you are not taking that condition into consideration, and you just out of your own wish you decide that okay, my period's finished, 10 days go on, now I can engage myself in intermittent fasting, a bit more longer one. When you start doing it, you are having a hard time because your body is needing food in that time, and you are thinking, oh, that is a good time for me to start fasting. I think that was my mistakes, which I tried to do my prolonged fasting, but maybe it was in the wrong days. So as I said, from 11 till maybe 15 or 16, depending on your cycle, that is the days when you can eat, be on keto diet, and maybe do just 14 hours of fasting between meals. That day where your body will be thankful if you are providing your body with necessary nutrients, with good quality food. But again, you should not overeat, and it should not be sweets. Of course, you are on low carb, healthy fat diet. I always mean that. I don't need to repeat it every time, because all my darlings knowing that cheating for me is cheating from the orange list. If I'm eating something from the orange list, that is cheating. Okay, so what will be the next? Now the next, after your 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15 days gone, when you have been you was eating without keeping longer fast, like longer than 16 hours, then comes 16, 17, 18, 19 days, where again you have chance to do prolonged fasting. So on 16 days of our cycle, when we counted from very beginning, from day 1, on 16 days, 16, 17, 18, 19, these 4 days is beneficial for prolonged fasting. Again, your body giving you permission to be on fasting, to have water fast for 2 days or 3 days, and you will feel absolutely fine, absolutely fine. Even you will not be eating any food, you will be still feel energetic, you will be not having headaches, or you will not be having any kind of symptoms. Of course, to reach to this stage, you need to be already trained to be a fat burner. It's not like all of a sudden I was eating carbs yesterday and today I'm deciding to do intermittent fasting. Your body will tell, no. Your body will ask for carbs, because your dependency on carbs did not yet transform into dependency on ketones. Your body was having carbs yesterday, was enjoying life, then all of a sudden now you're starting intermittent fasting. You may feel very hungry, you may feel weak, you may even have headache, because your body is telling, oh my god, yesterday I had nice dessert, ice cream, cakes, and my energy was coming from sugar and from glucose. Now all of a sudden, why there is no food? And body will be protesting, will give you headache, that eventually you will be forced to start eating something sweet, because you will tell, okay, I was feeling as if I was going to faint, I was feeling headache, I was feeling palpitation, I was feeling all kind of symptoms. So to start participating in prolonged fasting, we need to be keto adopted, we need to be fat adopted, that our body will know, in absence of any food, body will search for all fats stores which exist in the body, and also body may go into autophagy, and body can neutralize, can use, can burn tissues which contain proteins. And what it will be, what the tissues will be, it will be tissues which your body see that it is unnecessary there. If it is formation of any tissues which your body does not need, it is a wrong tissues which forming somewhere in your body, in the prolonged fast time your body will utilize them. When body will need protein and there is no any food come, your body will take that tissue in and utilize. Then one more thing body can do, especially ladies telling Irina, I want to get rid of hanging skin. I want my skin to be nicely stick to my muscles. I don't want my skin look saggy. So that happening during the autophagy, when your body is during the intermittent fasting starting to search any unnecessary tissues, and those connective tissues of hanging skin will be already utilized during intermittent fasting. And that's when you can see those of my clients who lose lots of weight, all the skin stick together and all the body looks firm. There is no like hanging of the excess tissues, because person being on keto diet, on a proper keto diet, without like, I'm whole weekend on a keto diet, then on weekend, on every weekend I need a cheat meal. Then your body does not have enough of time to work on all that tissues. 1 week your body have taken to get adopt to be fat adopted. Now weekends come, carbs come in, and body is thinking, why should I do all that hard work of breaking the excess tissues and breaking excess fats if food every weekend will be coming. So when you're already fat adopted, keto adopted, then on 16th, 17th, 18th and 19th day of our cycle, we can perfectly, happily, successfully get engaged into prolonged fast. And that's what I did. And I was planning I will do 72 hours of fast, but I reached to 62 and I realized that on that day I have activities which I will be going there, and most probably it will be a time when it will be strange that I am not eating anything. I could hold that from 62 hours of fast to be in 72 hours of fast, only 10 hours left. I was supposed to hold it, but then it was wrong calculation. I forgot that I have appointment where I supposed to go, and I supposed to be interacting with people, and it would be nice if I can afford myself to eat some of the keto food. So I break my fast on 62 hours. So 72 hours is still remaining my goal, and that I'm sure I will achieve it, because I have experienced that there is no any difficulty happening while you are on such a prolonged intermittent fasting and you are making it in the right days. So you are waking up and you already plan. You can even use your application, where application is tracking how many hours you are fasting. You already plan that tomorrow there will be no food. Tomorrow there will be no food, and day after tomorrow will be no food. And then my next food will be after 2 days. And when you are psychologically already set it in your brain, and then you are telling yourself, if ever I want to eat something or drink something, there will be no any food intake, but I can drink water, herbal teas, and if I'm feeling weak, I can take a pinch of salt, either putting it in the water or either putting it directly on your tongue. And that will be the time when you give rest to all your body organs, when you letting your cells to rejuvenate itself, to rejuvenate and to burn those excess of the collection of cells which is not beneficial anymore to your body. And of course, let's say if you have already lost a lot of weight and you do not have a lot of fats, then still body will find there is a lot of things hidden in our body which we are not aware. Body will find which tissues to utilize during that intermittent prolonged fasting. And also, we are not doing anything wrong to our body, because prolonged fasting was a part of life for our ancestors. Let's say if we all live in the forest, we will not have 3 meals a day. We will not have, may not have even meal every day. We may have meal today, and then tomorrow we need to walk or travel long distance. We will not find anything on our ways, and we will be fasting. We will find water is good. When we will not find water, we were not dying. So fasting was such a normal part of life of our ancestors, of early man. Then when civilization started to come, people started to understand how to provide them food on a regular time and every day. Then still, wise people have integrated fasting into humans' life by attaching the fasting to religion, and tell, okay, you have to fast this, it will be for religion, for God, because God said that. So at least people started to listen, okay, religiously I will do fasting. So fasting is part of life, and now it's becoming very popular because people realized that it is free ways how you can restore your health. You restore your health back to the natural state which nature already gifting you to stay in that natural health, and which we lose because of constant eating. There is still many people which is thinking, how can I miss a meal? Yeah, all of a sudden, for a person which was never doing intermittent fasting, just making yourself missing a meal, it will be a big stress to the system. So you need to start it carefully. There is a steps how to adopt yourself, and once you started, you will see that there is no difficulty in it. So let's make a recap for the beneficial days for prolonged fasting. It will be from first day of the cycle to 10th day. You must choose which days are comfortable in it for you, according to how you are feeling just after your period. And the second chance for you to do prolonged intermittent fasting will be 15 days, 16th, 17th, and 19th. And then after that comes 20 days of a cycle, day number 20 of a cycle. And that is the time when your hormones again starting to come, progesterone is increased. In that period of time, we are already naturally becoming more insulin resistant, and it is exactly like 1 week before our new cycle will start, 1 week before periods. On 20th days of a cycle, it will be 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. You may start already new cycle, or it will be 27 or 28, it depends. So that 1 week before new cycle starts, 1 week before period, that will be already not comfortable for you to engage in prolonged fasting. That will be the time when your body will protest, when you will not feel well while you are trying to do prolonged fasting. So that is again days when you can do your usual 14 hours between meals. It can be 16 hours. Even I feel okay with 18 hours. But prolonged fasting, it will be little bit not convenient for the body. And if you started that in that time, you may find out that it's difficult. But when you see it's difficult, you get disappointed with yourself. Oh my God, look, my friend was able to do, and she's doing it nicely, and I am not able to do. But it's because her cycle and your cycle is different, and maybe she's doing it accordingly and in the right time. So to avoid disappointments and to avoid making your body feeling frustrated, and even if you plan your long intermittent fasting, it's all of a sudden not happening, don't be discouraged. Just calculate properly your cycle and then do it accordingly. So very easy, from fast till 10, choose your days when you can do your prolonged fast, and then from 15 till 20 again you will have those days where you can engage yourself in long fasting, and that can be like once a month. You can do your 48 hours fast or 72 hours fast. You will feel blissful, you will feel satisfied, you will feel proud of yourself. And also, what beneficial you will give to your body, you will allow your body to utilize unnecessary tissues, to consume that tissues, because process of autophagy, the exact meaning of this is like self-eating. So when body does not have food from outside, body is finding tissues of proteins which is unnecessary inside, and body will be consuming that. Don't be afraid that body will waste your muscle. Body is not so stupid. Body will use first of all unnecessary tissues, and your muscle body understanding that this human needing muscles to move, to live life, to be active. So muscles will not be wasted. In keto diet we are wasting only the connective tissues which is hanging, which is unnecessary for our body. So don't be afraid that it will affect your muscles. One more thing I wanted to share. During your fasting, you need to feel perfectly fine. You should not feel weak or depressed or counting hours when the fasting will finish and when I start to indulging in food. You must not feel it's like a burden. You must feel it's like a blessing. If at any moment you experience that you are suffering, it means maybe your body is not yet ready for prolonged fasting. And make your body ready by religiously sticking to low carb, healthy fat diet or keto diet. Make your body independent from glucose. Make your body feel ready for prolonged fasting, because prolonged fasting, the reaction should be like this: without food but you are energetic, you are joyful, you are cheerful, you are easily communicating with people, you are not frustrated and nervous and discouraged and depressed. And if at any moment you're starting to feel that it's enough, or you feeling that you cannot continue more, and you wanted to do 48 hours fast but you reach only to 36 and you feeling you cannot hold anymore, there is no harm in stopping and then try again next month. If you reach to 36 to 48 hours, you plan to be for 72 hours, you reach to 48 hours and you feel you are enough of fasting for this very moment, that is perfectly okay, because you should take your body gradually to that stage when your body is ready for that. And some darlings contacting me and telling, oh Irina, I have not been a good girl, I've been off wagon, I was eating whatever, and now how to put me back very quickly into ketosis. Why you want to go very quickly into ketosis? Take it gradually. Your body does not need such all of a sudden shock. Take it gradually and body will be thankful you for that. And if you will combine knowledge of counting days of your cycle, you will combine it with your intermittent fasting trials, then it will be successful. Your body will be thankful to you for giving that break from food. You are giving your body opportunity to heal itself during that prolonged fasting. So I hope I covered all things which I wanted to share with you. Okay, let me tell you how I was feeling through that 62 hours of fast which I did. I had my water, I had pinches of salt maybe twice a day or thrice a day depending, and I had my herbal teas. And in case you are feeling very weak and you are already slim and you do not have so much fats, subcutaneous fats or visceral fats on your body which will be utilized by your body during the fasting, you can add some amount of MCT oil in your green tea just to help your body in that time. Uh, of course, when you are adding MCT oil to green tea, what it will means, your body will be not burning the fats on your body will be shifting to burn the fats which come from MCT oil. But that is for the case of just small help. And when you stop having MCT oil, your body will be back to burning your accumulated fats. For a moment of body will be using MCT oil as a fat, your body will be still searching for protein, and that's when body will be still engaged in autophagy. So it does not, MCT oil does not break your autophagy process, but it may break your fat burning process. But it depends on which stage you are of weight loss. If you're already in your ideal weight and you do prolonged fast just to rejuvenate your cells, rejuvenate your body, then that small amount of MCT oil in your green tea can be useful. If you still feel that there is still fat on your body which is to be used and burnt during the prolonged fasting, then you have nothing to worry. Your body will utilize that. So I had my water, my green tea, and my salt, and it was going well. It was there is some period of time comes when your body is not asking for any food, and you are enjoying that blissful moment, and you are realizing how much time is wasted for food preparation and for food consuming. Like you are seeing, okay, you're becoming so free from attachments to food. You starting to think differently. You cannot become upset. You calm, your nerves are calm, your thinking is clear. You don't have you don't have that excitement in your body or negativity in your body to become angry on someone. You are just becoming so purified with your thoughts and your feelings, and it I think it looks like, it feels like detox, general detox. So fasting is one discovery which our ancestor knew so well, and it's a discovery which modern world is having now and successfully doing it and successfully implementing it, and I'm happy that I'm part of it, and I hope that my share of experience will be useful to you, and you can also engage yourself in prolonged fast, and it will be also a happy and blissful event for you.